it's heavy, heavy friendly. There is an eagle flying.
Yeah!
Hey, frienders, we are motherfucking back. It has been a month, for us, it's been a long month, but for the listeners, I'm sure it's been excruciating. Not hearing our voices, my beautiful cadence, Joe's. Some people say it's grating and annoying. I don't say that publicly. It is something I say privately. This is Laura Lee Bishop, and I'm here with my best friend Joe Barlow, and this is Heavy Friending. Hey, Joe.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
It's been a long time.
It's been, I should say, 1 week.
Oh, is that was? I don't think that's how that
was
song
it.
sounds.
I think that's it.
No, it's more like it's been.
Oh, that was good. Okay.
Yeah, yours was too soulful.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's been 1 week. Is that closer?
I still think you're too good at singing for that.
Okay. Fuck.
You have to be on my level.
Well, listeners, this is Heavy Friending, Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast. The mayor of Austin stated that. So it's a fact.
That's true.
It's true. And always believe what your public officials say and never question anything.
The government is right. Their information is factual.
Yes, always, always. And today we are super excited because we have a very special guest.
It's not just Laura and I.
No, it's not. We're not special at all.
No.
We have a very special guest today. Honestly, like one of the best guitarists in Austin and just a phenomenal songwriter and performer. Jackie Venson is here with us today.
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Yeah.
How are you doing is the question, Jackie. Tell the people.
I am doing great. I'm quite happy right now.
Happy.
You fill in the blanks.
Yeah,
Yes,
you guys
the
figure out
blanks.
what that means. By the end of the episode, maybe they'll know.
Maybe.
Or fill in the blunts.
I know,
Right,
Because
guys?
when
There you go.
Heartbones was on and Sabrina got high in the middle of the episode, there was just one point where she was just like, I don't know. I'm so fucking high right now.
I have no idea. That's awesome. Well, maybe we'll get there. I don't know. I have a really high tolerance, and you can actually ask Sabrina herself. I told her that she doesn't have to try and keep up with me.
I don't have a high tolerance, and Joe definitely doesn't, as we
nice.
discovered on an episode. So
Yeah, this has been a real big year for marijuana on this show.
it has been
And
more
in the
than
world.
usual.
And in Texas.
In the world.
And the world, yeah, because today in Austin, they just, I think they just said they're not going to arrest anyone for minor marijuana possession
Exactly.
or ticket anyone.
There you go.
Well,
So,
and I think when they look back on the year 2020, they're going to say that was the year of marijuana.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
about
right.
all you could say about this year.
What's disappointing is that it took all of this to push it over the edge, but it's cool.
Yeah,
Whatever. It's cool.
exactly.
It's cool.
I mean, at a point where I think we're all at the point of just like, fuck it. It is interesting that they're like, we're not going to arrest you or ticket you for it, but it's still illegal. Like, how about at this point, if that's the case, you're not going to get arrested, you're not going to get a ticket. Let's just say it's legal at this point. It seems easier.
What they're saying is, we don't feel like keeping track of all you mofos selling it. We still got to design that system, so don't do that yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think they're saying we're getting there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I really
they
hope
do
we
have
do.
to have like a whole infrastructure in place if they're going to legalize it. Like, not like you just legalize. It's like this is all. I always make really dark comparisons. It's like when they give like a whole new set of rights to people who previously didn't have the rights. It's like, well, now you have to like help them integrate into society. You can't just like give them rights. You know what I mean? Like you gotta help them because the people who had the rights and then they didn't have the rights, they were like discriminated against each other. You gotta like integrate. Like you don't just give them rights. Or like a person who's like really, 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 really hungry, like starving to death. You don't just give them food. You have to be really careful about. So it's like the same thing with legalizing weed. Like there's so much that we have to like put into place. Like so many regulations. Like just so much.
Oh, wouldn't that be great though? I would just love to know if I'm smoking. Like if I would just like to know if I have a vape pen that that I'm not going to get popcorn lung. I would like to know that for sure. Like I want it on the package. This doesn't have the fucking vitamin E or whatever the hell's in there. That would just be the peace that would come from that would be excellent.
I just want people to stop looking at me weird when I smoke it in public. I'm like,
Oh, maybe they want it though. Maybe they're not looking at you weird. Maybe they're like, hey man. Hey, man.
Sometimes they're like that, and I will admit that's kind of annoying. But, that's one thing that's been like a blessing in disguise with COVID. Nobody's bunking off my weed.
No, get your weed now.
This is an optimistic podcast.
Silver lining with Jackie Vincent. Hey, nobody wants your weed anymore.
Wait, so Jackie, you and Joe, like, do you? So I've never. Jackie, I don't think we've ever met.
I don't think so either.
We run in the same kind of circles. We know some of the same people, but I don't think we've ever met. I think you and Joe have met, right? Joe?
I think so.
Yeah, Jackie, do you remember? It sounds like you don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but if you remind me, I will.
Yeah. I want to hear the story, Joe.
I mean, there's video evidence of it. I actually went back and watched it because I interviewed you for the CW Austin. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I do remember.
Probably the highest rated.
Just pretending to remember so he doesn't.
No, I do remember. I really remember, yeah.
Well, where was it then?
Wasn't it at the CW station? Off of MLK?
No, it was on location somewhere.
It was on location somewhere. Oh, man. Well, then I guess I don't
but you remember Joe.
Even though I thought I did.
You remember Joe, though. So, like, what would you, if you remember Joe, like, do you remember what your, like, initial impression of him was?
I remember that we maybe laughed about stuff and that we had a good time.
I think you remember it perfectly. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, we laughed about stuff. I probably made some kind of mildly inappropriate jokes, even though I didn't know who you were, It's like, why are you making jokes like that around me? She's a little comfortable. She's, like, super comfortable around me, and I've never met her.
Off camera, it was very funny. Well, I couldn't remember, like, what had made it on air. I guess I remember it way better than you.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I remember us talking about, I feel like you talked about weed, and I was like, that's not going on the CW.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, does she know where she is right now? Yeah, no, I probably
you didn't, I don't think.
Inappropriate for the situation jokes, because that's just what I do.
Yeah, I've tried to find some like raw video of it, but I only have the finished TV version.
The TV version.
I'll pop a clip in here. We'll pop a clip in.
Okay.
A little sound bite. Pop it in there.
If I see the video, I definitely will remember. For sure.
We should all just film our lives 24/7, and then we can just it catalogs, and you can type in like keyword, da 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 da, and pop it up, and you can.
I'm so happy my life is filmed, because otherwise I would forget everything.
Well, you're doing so many live streams.
Yeah,
how is that going?
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy, man. I mean, like, what do you mean, how is it going? Do you want me to give you a timeline?
I just want to know, like, so for me, I feel so, this is sad and depressing, but I just feel so unfulfilled.
Yeah.
That I'm not playing shows, and I feel like very upset about it. And every day, like, I almost have like a mental breakdown and a cry over like, oh my God, when am I going to play again? And if we do open up, like, everyone's going to try to book shows, and like all the venues are closing, like, and I get like really upset, upset.
I know.
So I guess what I mean is, like, is the live stream, help, like, is it helping with that, or is it, fulfilling that in some way?
It is, because I have to constantly be changing it. I have to constantly change how I do it. Because otherwise, like, how many times are people going to be able to watch me in my room?
Right.
So, like, I have to get creative with it. So I'm taking a hiatus.
And are you learning a lot of new songs, I guess, and stuff?
Well, not just that. I'm taking a hiatus from streaming right now during the month of July, and I'm going to launch, like, an underground music listening series and air that every Wednesday in August.
So what is underground?
What does that mean?
I'm going to feature 2 bands that in local Austin area, it can be like Maynard and stuff. I'm going to feature 2
You hear
bands.
that, Maynard bands?
Well, wow. Maynard, Kyle, all those places.
You got a chance.
Austin,
this is huge for those bands.
I'm just saying. Well, because, like, those bands sometimes don't get love from the Austin press, and it's really weird. But anyways,
I get zero love from Austin press. But
yeah, there you go.
I complain about it on a regular.
Well, you're practically Cedar Park, so.
Well, Cedar Park is also surrounding area. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying thank you, Jackie.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm going to have, per episode, 2 additional bands. The episodes are going to open up with me playing like 3 songs, because it takes time for people to join the stream and watch it and stuff. And also, it's going to be airing from my page, so there's going to be fans of mine who are going to want to hear me and stuff. So I'm going to open up the show, play 3 songs, and then after that, I'm going to lead. It's going to be filmed in a rehearsal building. So each band is going to be set up in their own room, and I'm going to lead the camera to each band, and each band gets to play 3 songs as well. And
I love
then that'll be every Wednesday, and it's going to be called Real Underground.
I love that, because I was just thinking, I was actually talking about this today, how like I wish more artists that had a platform did that. You know, it doesn't take a lot to even just like a social media post can really like give a boost to another artist. So
well, it also helps me like not just do the same fucking thing every time. You know, like they're helping me like keep people engaged with my page as well.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, you're killing it.
It's a win-win. You know?
Your live stream is killing it. I fucking hate. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I hate live streams. It is so, you know how it is. It just doesn't sound the same. It's not the same. And I'm like, it's not the same. And I'm a big baby about it. I probably need to get on fucking board.
Well, you know, there are ways. Like I know what you mean. It really isn't the same. However, the way that I've been able to find the joy in it is it's like I practice, and I just pretend like I'm practicing, and I don't care what I play or if I mess up or what I want to do. Just do whatever I want, just like I would be alone in my room. And I figured that was a way for people to like see stuff they don't get to see. And
yeah,
so,
I think that's where I go wrong, is wanting it to be like this.
It's not a show. No, it's not like a
because
show.
it's going to be recorded and it's going to be forever.
You have to have kind of like
fun of me.
You have to kind of like have a voyeuristic attitude, and also you can delete it when it's done. So you don't have to keep it up.
Yeah, if it went really wrong.
Yeah, you can delete it when it's over. The thing about it though is that Facebook, as like the algorithm and as the company, they really love it when you live stream, and it's like so fucking awesome for the page. Like my page, like
you mean like later in other, like when you just post and stuff?
Like fuck ads. Like
okay,
just go live. Okay, so check it out. I have a page called Jackie the Robot because it's my DJ side project. And that page has 159 likes. So, like
you're about to hit 160. After
no, you're about to get 160, bitch. No, but like check it out. So it has 159 likes. So the first time I went live, it was at 32 likes, and I went live just as a test, right? Mm-hmm. And Louis, my manager, shared it to his personal profile, which has a few hundred friends, but it's not like huge exposure, right? After that live stream, within 2 days, it got up to 159 likes.
Oh, just after one?
One live stream on a brand new page got 129 likes in a day. Just because one person shared it to their wall.
Yeah, because see, I stay with a Facebook ad running, and it's usually people putting laughing faces, and I'm like, this is serious. This isn't a joke.
Dude, cancel the ads and figure some shit out with live streaming. Cancel the ads. Take the money that you were going to spend on ads. Cancel your ads and spend that same money maybe improving the speakers in your room, and then it will sound like if you put a PA speaker in your room, it will sound like a venue. I have a PA speaker in my room. It sounds like I'm standing in front of the stage listening to myself.
Yeah.
That's what
I want to get a PA. I have a mixer. I just need to get the fucking speakers.
Get like an EV.
Fuck my neighbors.
Electro voice, like 15-inch. Oh man. I'm serious. My setup, I'm like standing in front of my speakers. So like I'm literally, imagine like watching yourself on stage.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like standing in front of the PA speaker, in front of the guitar amp, in front of the bass amp, in front of the street cube that I put my vocals through. I'm standing in front of it. And so it's like I'm in the audience hearing it.
It's blasting you.
It's like
blasting you up the butt.
Right at me. And then my iPhone just picks it up and it just sounds great. It just sounds fucking great. So yeah, like fuck all the ad money. Spend money on better PA equipment for your room, and then get in this live stream, man. It's
Well, speaking of live streams, you got a big old live stream coming up, right? Blues on the Screen?
Blues on the Screen, yeah! Oh my god, you guys.
You're like, what live stream are you talking about?
You know why I said that?
I don't know, the one that's like fucking historic?
No, dude, check this out. You know what I did today? I talked them into streaming it on Facebook. They weren't going to stream it on Facebook. They were only going to broadcast it on Fox 7 and ACL Radio 91.7 or whatever the fuck it is.
I don't want to burn any bridges, but these people, can they please just get into not even, I don't want to even say like this decade, but just like into this
So I saved the day.
century or something.
What, are you saying
I'm just
people
letting
don't
you know I
watch
saved
Fox 7 religiously?
I saved the day. I'm just letting you know I saved the day. And now it's
I
gonna
believe
be,
you did.
It's going to be cross-posted on like 17 pages because of me. It's going to be cross-posted on my page, ACL Live, ACL 310. It's going to be cross-posted probably on the Statesman, probably on Austin Chronicle. Like, there's no way they're going to say no to it. They've been reporting on it, so why wouldn't they have
They shouldn't.
premiere on their page? And then it's going to be cross-posted on HEB, Michelob Ultra, and all the other sponsors. Like, because, like, I was like,
How
you guys,
is that already happening?
how wasn't it already happening? I don't know, but I am the reason why it's going to happen. I'm the reason why you're actually going to see that. You weren't
You're the
going to
reason
see
why
it.
this whole lineup is happening, though, from what I've read.
Also, I'm the reason why you're actually going to watch it, because the way it was before,
Yeah.
I bet you weren't going to watch it.
So for the listeners, when this podcast comes out, it will be tonight for you guys. Wednesday. What's the date? Wednesday, July 8th. At what time, Jackie?
7
You
p.m.
probably don't know.
Central. No, I know. 7 p.m. Central.
7 p.m. Central, you guys. So everybody tune into that.
So
Who's on the
Fox
bill?
7, you got to watch Fox 7.
Yeah, it's only on
turn
Fox
your TV
7.
on that I'm sure you still own, and put it to the cable channel that I'm sure you still pay for, 7. And yeah, that's where it's. Or you can go on Facebook, Jackie Venson, or Facebook ACL Radio, or Facebook, all of them. Like, it's gonna be everywhere on Facebook. If you live in Austin and you're on Facebook, it's going to be everywhere on Facebook.
Do you think it will be on the Fox 7 Facebook page?
Yes, it will be on the Fox 7 Facebook page.
Thank God.
I told them to put it on all of the like subsidiary Fox pages, like Music in the Morning on Monday, Fox. Like, they have their own page. Put it on that page too.
Great.
Like,
I'm very interested in the fact that you had to tell people to do this. It's mind-blowing to me.
I told them to cross-post it with all of the artists on the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bet Fox 7's pissed because they're like, we thought we were going to have people tune into Fox 7.
Well, people are going to tune into Fox 7. They already know how many people are going to tune into Fox 7.
They know the demo that's going to tune in.
They have data. They have an audience. They already know how many people are going to tune in. You know what I mean? Like, just look at what was 7 o'clock last Wednesday. How did it do last Wednesday? It's TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's there. It's TV, and it's there. Do you know what I mean?
So who else is on the lineup?
It's Kid Jones, Sam Houston, Elise Ilani, and Lavelle White.
Lavelle played at my wedding.
Oh my God, really?
She was, oh my God. She was like, stole the show. She like upstaged me at my own fucking wedding.
It's the only way she can't help it.
God, she was so good. She was just great. I'm very excited to watch.
The show, my friend. That's why I put her on the bill. Also, she's never played blues on the green.
It's so, because it's Carolyn Wonderland. She's never played offense to Carolyn, but
blues on the green, though, like blues on the green. She's never played
exactly.
Like,
exactly.
What?
So, can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what happened with that live? You know, what the timeline was of events and what you did and everything for the listeners.
Well, I guess the timeline starts with like a couple of op-eds and a Facebook post calling out club owners and talent buyers and festival organizers and community event organizers for not having very diverse lineups just in general, and how the proof is in a simple Google search. Like, literally just search the lineups for the last decade. You can do it. And so then everybody was like, oh, hell yeah, right? Because I'm not the kind of person who says something without having any evidence. And so then that kind of like rippled throughout Facebook for about a week. And then like a day or two after all of that stuff was like rippling, I got offered this bill, Blues on the Green, me, Shiny Ribs, and Bob Schneider. Shiny Ribs and Bob Schneider and me all have one thing in common. We've already played Blues on the Green. And also, it was just like heavily feeling like just totally just like tone deaf to everything I just said. It's like, didn't you read the article, man? Like, and so then we were like, okay, so no, and also no. And we were like, this is not cool. You have an opportunity here to make a positive change in this community. You really should take this opportunity, and this is what we think you should do. And that's what me and my manager said. We said, we think that you should do an all-black lineup. And actually, as a matter of fact, Jackie's only going to agree to do this if you do an all-black lineup. And then they were like, nope, can't make that work. Not enough talent, black talent in town to draw a crowd, blah, 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 excuse, blah, 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 excuse. And then the paper heard about me turning it down. Also, after they told me that I couldn't do it and that they couldn't do an all-black lineup, they phased me off of the lineup and hired 2 other black artists. So it was like, ooh, shots fired, right? So then the paper kind of catches wind of all of this. We didn't, like, call the paper. The paper called us. They kind of caught wind of everything. And they were like, what's going on? And then they published the story. And then everybody was like, holy shit. And the story got shared like 2,500 times. Everyone in Austin was talking about it. Everybody in Austin was talking about it. It was crazy. And then HEB was going to, like, have a public relations meeting on the following Monday. It was like getting hot. The heat was on.
Good.
And then Sunday, the organizers of Blues on the Screen apologized and then handed over the curation to me, and that's the whole story.
And then they just handed over the whole. They're like, here, you just take the whole fucking.
Because like we never even cared in the first place. We're just doing the job we always did. Like we just never even cared. Like we didn't even know it was going to be this serious. Like we had no idea it was going to come to this. Like just take it. Just take it.
Yeah, well, that's good. You fucking won, man. Like, you won.
Well, we won.
Period.
The community won.
We won. But honestly, doing that is so brave because, like, I'm so fucking thirsty. Like, I'm so thirsty. I'm always just like, yeah. Oh, free? Oh, you want me to do this horrible, like, embarrassing thing? And
you want me to be the token?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like... Crazy,
and so it's very brave to like turn down something that Blues on the Green is huge. It's a big show for a lot of artists, and especially right now with COVID, and like a lot of people are going to be watching. So that was a bold move, and it was, very inspiring.
Well, I just didn't have a choice.
For sure.
The thing is that I didn't have a choice. I would have been held accountable if I wouldn't have done that, because if I would have just accepted that original bill that was offered to me, everybody who read my op-eds and everybody who read my post, which was everybody, would have been like, Jackie, what the fuck? You just got done talking about not being a token and shit. You just got done talking about not being racist isn't enough. You have to be anti-racist. You just said that, and you're on this bill. Bitch! Oh my god, I would have heard about it for weeks. I probably would have made it even to Reddit. I probably would have even made it over to Reddit.
Yeah, my mom is even reading Reddit
I would have been ripped apart for this shit. I'm serious. Imagine reading a whole post from me calling out talent buyers in your music community, calling them out for something that is apparent. And then 2 days later, it's like, Jackie Venson, Shiny Ribs, Bob Schneider.
Well, I mean, they thought they would get away with that. They thought they could just buy you.
Oh, man. And then Blues on the Green. I'm like, you guys, people are going to hear about this. It's not like I'm doing some hush-hush gig outside of town.
Right.
Like, people are going to fucking hear about this as soon as you announce it. Oh, my God. I was just like, oh, my God.
See, that's like one of those things, like when
choice.
no one knows who you are, it's so much easier to get away with shit. Because, like, I think about that all the time with my shit. I'm like, I kind of say whatever I want, do whatever I want. This podcast, we say whatever we want, do what I want. No one's fucking listening. But when you have eyes on you, that's what I mean. It's a bold move. I mean, it was awesome. Everyone that I talked to about it was like, fuck yeah. You know, it felt good.
Well, what I'm saying is like energetically, if you were standing at this crossroads, you're looking at 2 directions. One direction, you lose an opportunity. You maybe, by the way, it's maybe lose an opportunity. So one direction, you maybe lose an opportunity. And then the community kind of sees your character in that and is kind of like, So that's one direction. Or the other direction, you maybe lose the opportunity, but you still have your entire town on your side. Like, which way do you want to go? Do I want to side with the 2 guys who throw this event, or do I want to side with, like, the millions of people they've rejected over the last 30 years? Yeah. Strength in numbers, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to go with the people who've been ignored, because there is way, 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 way more of them than anybody at the top. There's, like, 20 times as many of the people who've been rejected by the industry as there are at the people at the top of the industry. There's 20 times, maybe hundreds of times more. It's like, I always want to be with the people. I'm always going to be with the people.
Yeah. I've never been rejected by them. I've never been up in front of them to be rejected. So I'm like, fuck them, man. Fuck them all.
They never did anything for me.
Never did anything for me. Never put me in blues. I wanted to open for Carolyn Wonderland.
For Carolyn Wonderland.
Oh, geez. Jackie, tell us a little bit. I mean, this is all like really, everything that everyone's talking about right now. Black Lives Matter. What you just did was a very big thing for Black musicians in Austin. Can you talk a little bit about being a Black artist in Austin and what that experience has been for you and what you see happening in the future, like once we are able to actually, play, actual shows again?
Oh man, that's a really big question. How long are you?
I'm sorry.
To let me answer that. No, I mean, like if I got like 15 minutes, I got a whole thing about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out. The thing that I just did with Blues on the Green, this is the only time in my career I've ever been anywhere near having the power to do that. If I would have done that 6 years ago, they would have just hired another band and it wouldn't have mattered and nobody would have cared. Like I would have just been silenced and the whole thing would have moved on without me. That's exactly what would have happened like 6 years ago. Because I hadn't gotten in the press 6 years ago and I hadn't, done all of this stuff in the community and, become who I am 6 years ago. You know what I mean? So The funny thing is that in that is the answer to what it's like to be a Black musician in Austin. Basically, my dad came here in the 80s and started working in the 80s, and he couldn't get a gig anywhere. He had a jazz band, and he was the leader of it, and it was a kick-ass jazz band, and they had records. They had a record. So they were like definitely, and they had been touring all over the Midwest, and now he had moved down to Texas and restarted the jazz band in Texas, rehearsed him, ready to play a gig, right? Handed him the record, and he just was like, door slammed in his face everywhere. You're new to town. You can't draw. We don't do that. Like just people just like tell him to fuck off. And he got so tired of it, and he's like, why is there just one guy deciding what job I can get? It's like, no. I'm going to go to this guy's boss and tell his boss that this guy's an asshole, and he's stopping him from getting honest business, and that if it's like, you want me to prove it, you hire me for your club, and I will sell your club out, and you will see what your talent buyer has been keeping out. My dad had to do that shit just to get gigs here. He had to prove to like the owner, he had to go above the talent buyer's head and tell the owner, your talent buyer is fucking up. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you why I think he's fucking up, but he is, because he won't hire me, and I'm going to bring you business. And that's fucked up. Don't you want me to bring you a crowd to drink your drinks and eat your food?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what the club owners would do is be like, hey, okay, well, I'll give you a shot. I'll override the talent buyer and the owner, and I'll hire you for this Friday. And then my dad would sell it out, and his band was fucking sick. And from then on, he would just be booked by the owner, and he didn't even have to talk to the talent buyer. They hated him for that shit. Talent buyers in this town hated him for that shit. He started doing stuff like renting out his own rooms and he bought his own PA system. He told me one day, if you want to be the leader of the band, get the gigs and own the PA equipment.
Well, that's true.
My dad has always been like this guy who rejects rejection. He's like, no. You're not going to tell me no. You're going to tell me no right now, but you're not just going to know me. Like, it's like, in a year, I'm going to pop back up and you're going to have to say yes.
You're going to beg me.
You're going to have to say yes, or else your boss is going to wonder what kind of job you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my dad taught me how to do. And that's what this town turned me into because of how this town treats Black artists. It turned me into the very thing that has the power to change it. I went around everybody and I built my own crowd and I built my own platform, and I don't need any of them. I turned down Blues on the Green because I don't need Blues on the Green.
Fuck yes. I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm not even kidding. My nipples.
My nipples are hard as fuck.
My nipples could pierce fucking heart right now. Oh my god. Whoa.
Is that normal for nipples to do that?
Oh my god. When I get goosebumps, my
nipples get hard.
Cover your eyeballs.
Oh man. My nipples get so hard that my shirt rubs against them and it's like, ow.
It's painful. Exactly.
My nipples are generally perky, I will say. So
Oh,
I
no,
don't
mine
think
are
I
like diamonds.
transition from no to like full nip.
Mine are
see,
like
I'm-
diamonds.
Mine are
Wow.
mine have a lot of different moods and they evolve a lot from different things. So yeah, sometimes it's like you don't even know there is a nipple. And then all of a sudden your eyeball is bleeding because it's been poked out.
That's wild.
From
Wow.
my nip. Yeah.
My
Don't get
nips.
too close.
That's the thing about being a black artist in this town. You're going to be told no more often, especially in the beginning. You're going to be told no more often, and so and you're going to be told no for the same reason more often than other people.
Yeah.
And so
And
what
that
you have
sucks
to do,
because you're already told no so fucking much. Like,
yeah, and you're going to be
it's-
held to a higher standard. So it's like, oh well, my idea of black people is Aretha Franklin, and that's not you, so I can't book you because I have no idea where the fuck to put you. You're not like a soul singer, and you're not like singing R-E-S-P-E-C-T right now, so I don't really know where to put you, so I'm just gonna not book you because that's too much thinking for me to do. And like that's what I faced. That's what my dad faced. And some people don't figure out how to face it down, but my dad taught me how to face it down. And he taught me to build my own crowd, and I did that by touring. I did that by leaving Austin, by showing Austin. I'm like, oh, hey, look at this cool concert I did in Atlanta with Jason Aldean. And Austin's like, what?
Yeah.
You
I
did a
hate that it has
show
to
in
be that
Austin?
way. I
had to,
hate
like,
that.
I had to bust my ass just getting out of town. You know how hard it is?
Yeah.
I had to go on some of these tours alone. Like, alone.
Yeah.
Like, on an airplane. Get on an airplane, I, like, land and hope that, like, the person who arranged the car for me, because I can't afford a taxi, hope they come through. I'm, like, in Baltimore right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do a lot of that stuff for years. I mean, now I don't ever tour alone anymore because I've built it up and now I have the funds to bring people with me. But for the first 2 or 3 years, I'd be lucky if my mom offered to just come with me because she felt like it and had the time off. Like, that was, like, the most I would have. Otherwise, I was on these tours alone, man. But that was because I went to New York, like, 13 times. And on, like, the 15th time, I scored an opportunity sitting in with Stay Human on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. That was in 2016. And when I got back from that, all of a sudden, every, like...
Oh, now they want to write about
station,
you.
Yep. I put that on, every radio. I put that on.
So I just need to
YouTube.
get on Colbert.
Yeah, exactly. And this is after
And-
the 15 times I've been to New York. So imagine how much money it cost me to go to New York 15 times over the course of 3 years.
Oh, I know.
You know, like
I believe
thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars invested in touring outside of Austin to show Austin how blindly racist they are. That's what I did.
What a fucking shame.
That's what I did for years. And so it's like, you can imagine, I don't give a shit who wants to blacklist me in this town. I don't give a shit because
Are y'all listening, Austin? She don't give a shit.
The town is not what built me. I built me.
Fuck
and the
y'all.
town jumped on when it was cool.
It seems like that's a common theme with a lot of artists that I've talked to is that they
sometimes the town latches onto you and fosters you and builds you, but in this town that's not very often black artists. In this town they build
really
and foster,
not.
they cherry pick. And that's why I was calling out all those talent buyers and radio stations. I'm like, you guys can't cherry pick who you support. Like, people are starving. It's fucked up. You know? Yeah.
Do you think you'll see do you think when stuff opens back up, you'll see the effects of the things that you're doing now on lineups and things like that?
I would like to think so. I think it's very possible. I'm not like a pessimist. I think it's possible that this could have been the thing that changes people. Also, though, more than that, I truly do not know. I have no idea what it's like to live through this and come out the other side. The last time we went through something like this was 100 years ago. None of us were alive. I have no idea what it even looks like to go back to a restaurant, to go back to a movie theater. I don't know what the other side of this looks like at all, period. So, like, I'd like to think so, but I just really don't know. We're going to have to rebuild it smart. We're going to have to be real smart.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And aware, you know? And
I don't know if my
I'll call
nips will
people
ever
out.
go back down.
Oh, they're still up.
They're still,
'Cause
well,
they're
they've
diamonds.
like softened and then perked again. They're vacillating between the two.
It's all right. It's cathartic. It's a cathartic experience.
It's something. It's something. I'm feeling it. So it's Wednesday, July 8th.
Yes.
At 7 p.m. Central.
On Fox 7.
On
for
Fox
all you
7
TV
exclusively.
watches. And ACL Radio 91.7 FM.
And if y'all look in the description of this podcast, we'll have links to all that stuff there.
Sweet.
Joe had something he wanted to do for you,
Okay.
Jackie, before you go.
Okay. Oh, are we almost done? Gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
my nips. I've just been distracted by staring at my nips.
Right. Yeah.
Well, this wasn't my idea. I do want to point that out. This was Laura's idea. She thought since we have, a guitar virtuoso, we should also test her musical knowledge with a musician who hosts this show.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hit me. I might look like an idiot, but here we go.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you're going to be the one that looks like an idiot.
See, again, obviously...
I just don't know what you mean by musical, like anthology of artists or like theory.
No, he's going to... Joe is going to play a famous lick on his... I won't say what instrument it is. And then you would say, name that lick, name what song or whatever.
You're going to play it on your skin flute?
Well, I hope not. Please, God. No.
I mean, that would be...
I got soft. I'm soft again. They're fully
You're
down.
welcome. I cured you.
The first question will be, what is this musical instrument?
Yeah.
And then the second question will be, what song is this?
All right.
All right, here we go. Shoot.
Okay.
I'm going to guess ukulele.
Oh, she's a virtuoso. We said it.
Yeah.
Here we go. And is that the lick?
Is that it? Is that it, Joe?
That's lick one.
Oh.
It's like a boo 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 boo. Is that it?
I mean, kind of, sure. I think that's what I played, but that may not be
guess, like,
the lick.
Stairway to Heaven?
Oh, that's right.
Hell
nice.
yeah.
I got it.
The first one everybody learns, right?
Nice. Yep.
There's
One of
a
the
lady
Well, we didn't ask you to
who's
sing.
sure
We didn't ask you to sing.
all that glitters is gold.
When you play it on a ukulele, it sounds like medieval. Like we're walking down the medieval street, and you're like this guy in the street with like a lie, and you're just like beep beep.
God, Joe would be so good at the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, you're like that guy who's just walking around with a tiny guitar on the mandolin.
Bugging everyone.
I would love to open for Blues on the Green at some point.
Oh,
Okay.
Interesting.
We'll
It's
see.
good to have
Okay.
dreams, big dreams.
Lick two.
Okay.
I mean, you're 2 for 2. You knew the instrument and you knew the song.
Okay,
good.
let's hear two. I don't know that one.
Another one bites the dust.
Oh.
Absolutely correct.
It was so
Yeah.
hard because it's high and you're like so used to it,
That's why I
We
said
walk slowly down the street.
Oh,
Go, go, go,
I
go,
didn't know
go.
he would start
go go go
singing.
go go.
Da-da-da-dee-da,
by the
boobity-dee.
Now you sound like Aristocats, and also you guys got to watch Eric Andre's Netflix special. It's fucking phenomenal.
Ooh, I do need to watch
It's
it.
fucking phenomenal.
Aristocats. Oh no.
Yes.
We are 3 for 3.
All right.
Okay, great.
I'm trying to think. I have my list. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Something in the way you move. Beatles.
Wow.
George Harrison.
know all the love.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right
Don't
also.
want to lose you now. Is that the same song? Sometimes they
Yeah.
blend together in my...
Yeah. Well, some of the Beatles songs is tough because it's like,
My favorite one is fucking She's So Heavy. Woo!
woo.
I want you
I don't know
I want you.
how to play that one.
Oh my god, I love that song.
Fuck
Damn.
yeah! Joe, do you have one more?
Yeah, one more.
No, two more.
Oh,
Two more.
okay.
Okay, let's do
Oh,
it.
God. All right.
Let's
Okay.
I mean, he's doing a full set.
Nice.
Yes. This is my audition for Jackie.
For Blues on the Green.
Perfect.
I'm like,
Perfect.
I can't wait to just go up and play 4 notes on a ukulele.
In front of 20,000 people.
If Fox 7 is listening, please,
Please, you guys,
Please
come
hire
on.
me.
please, I'd
You
love
don't
to be
hire
on.
me, you're chauvinistic.
Wait, could you imagine that the lineup on Wednesday and then just Joe at the
At the
beginning?
end.
It's like so-
Beep, beep, beep.
I would get so much hate. I would not do that.
No, yeah,
Or no,
you
I
would.
think it would pendulum swing, and actually you'd be the most beloved thing on the internet. I think you'd become like a beautiful meme.
Like William Hung.
Yeah,
And
like
you
something.
take that
just
however you
beloved.
want.
Just beloved.
I would be like William Hung.
That's what I'm
Yep.
saying. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody loves that guy.
They do.
I love
on
that
Arrested
guy.
Development.
I fucking love that guy.
He's honestly my biggest musical inspiration.
Well,
You know
that
what? That's
is
beautiful.
apparent.
Okay, lick 4.
All right.
Why do you clear your throat for the ukulele?
That's the question that
You don't know how I'm playing it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, lick
All right.
4.
Okay.
Oh yeah, fucking
Oh my goodness.
Jack White, Seven Nation Army.
I'm gonna hoodoo down.
Yeah.
Hoodoo down. Hoodoo
Nice.
down.
That was like the Pearl Jam version of.
That's Marble Mouth.
That was like the Eddie Vedder version of Seven Nation Army.
Thank you. Wow.
That's nice. I love Eddie.
I'm like 2 artists.
Vedder. Yep. You're very versatile.
Okay, final lick.
Oh my gosh.
Now you've done well. We're talking 100%